In September 2013, a normal workday at the Washington Navy Yard turned into chaos and terror. A Navy contractor entered the secure military facility with a shotgun concealed in a bag. Within minutes, gunfire erupted, leaving employees scrambling for safety and law enforcement racing to respond. By the time the rampage ended, 12 innocent lives had been taken, and the shooter himself was dead. This is the haunting story of what happened inside one of America's most secure workplaces, and the disturbing mind behind it. Real crimes are more terrifying than any ghost story. They are born from the darkest corners of the human mind, where greed, rage, and obsession twist into acts beyond imagination. In this channel, we dive deep into these chilling true events, unmasking the truth that hides in the shadows. If you have a passion for real crime stories, subscribe and join our growing community. Don't forget to click the bell button for more real-life crime stories. On the morning of September 16, 2013, employees at the Washington Navy Yard in Washington, D.C. began their day as usual. The historic facility, home to one of the U.S. Navy's oldest establishments, was bustling with workers. Among them, a man named Aaron Alexis quietly entered the compound. He was a civilian contractor with authorized access to the base. No one could have predicted the horror he was about to unleash. Aaron Alexis was 34 years old and a former Navy reservist. Known to some as quiet and polite, his life had been marked by instability and troubling incidents. He had previous run-ins with the law and had shown signs of mental distress in the years leading up to the attack. Despite these red flags, he managed to maintain his security clearance. On that September day, he carried with him a Remington 870 shotgun hidden inside a bag. At around 8:15 a.m., the tranquility of the morning shattered. Alexis began moving through Building 197, the headquarters of the Naval Sea Systems Command. Without warning, he opened fire on unsuspecting workers. People fled in panic, hiding under desks and behind walls as the echo of gunshots filled the air. The sudden violence created an atmosphere of confusion and terror. The Navy Yard was a highly secure location, making the attack all the more shocking. Security teams scrambled to respond, unsure at first of the shooter's exact location. Law enforcement from multiple agencies rushed to the scene within minutes. Some workers were trapped inside, sending frantic messages to loved ones. The chaotic situation made it incredibly difficult for officers to engage without risking more lives. As Alexis roamed the building, he seemed to target victims at random. Many survivors later described hearing footsteps and shots getting closer before quickly retreating. He showed no mercy, taking aim at anyone in sight. His movements were calculated, yet unpredictable. For those inside, the minutes felt like an eternity. Police teams finally cornered Alexis after a tense manhunt within the complex. An exchange of gunfire ensued, ending when officers fatally shot him. By the time the ordeal was over, 12 innocent people had lost their lives. Several others were wounded, some critically. The entire Navy Yard community was left in shock and grief. Investigations revealed disturbing details about Alexis's mental state. In the months before the shooting, he had reported hearing voices and feeling controlled by microwave vibrations. He had sought treatment at Veterans Affairs facilities, but was never deemed a threat. The tragedy raised serious questions about mental health evaluations for those with security clearances. Many felt the system had failed to prevent a preventable attack. The aftermath saw renewed debates about workplace security and gun control. Federal agencies reviewed their clearance processes and mental health intervention protocols. Families of the victims mourned publicly, calling for accountability. Survivors faced long journeys of physical and emotional recovery. The event became one of the deadliest shootings at a U.S. military installation. In the years since, the Washington Navy Yard has strengthened its security measures. Memorials have been held annually to honor the victims, and remind the public of the lives lost. Aaron Alexis's name has become synonymous with the dangers of untreated mental illness and unchecked access to secure facilities. While the investigation concluded, the pain and memories remain for those who lived through that morning. It serves as a haunting reminder that even the most secure places can be vulnerable. The Washington Navy Yard shooting stands as a dark chapter in American history. The lives taken that day were not just numbers, but loved ones, friends, and colleagues. The questions it left behind still linger in the minds of many. How could someone with such a troubling history gain access to a place meant to be safe? And more importantly, could it happen again?